Hello there, welcome. We're gonna get started lying down today. So go ahead and make your way there. I'm going to as well. So yes, we can just take a moment to find the lying down position that works for us today. So knees might be bent with feet on the floor, especially if we've got any lower back tenderness or pain. We can always extend those legs long. And we can bring our hands or our arms to rest wherever is comfortable as we just start to connect to our breath. Sometimes I really love one hand to my heart area, one hand to the belly area. So we can not only internally feel the breath, we can physically with our hands feel our chest and our belly rise up as we fill up with that inhale. And we can feel that softening of the chest and belly as well as we breathe out. And let's just take a few rounds, just again, building that connection with our breath. Just kind of letting our breathing guide our focus inward just for this little chunk of time today, whenever you happen to be doing this practice. Letting our breath be a tool that helps us to focus our mind on the here and now. We can let our breath become a tool to help us stay connected to ourselves, to really stay in tune with how we're feeling as we move today, physically, mentally, and emotionally as well. And no matter what is going on in our world right now or our personal lives, let's see if just for this little chunk of time we can fully surrender to the moment, fully surrender to our practice. And we'll just take a breath or two more to commit to that idea. And then we'll start to move together. So maybe we just take a moment and rock the head, just kind of slowly side to side. Enjoying that gentle stretch in the neck. Little massage for the back of the head as well. Continuing to take those slower, deeper, more thoughtful breaths. Beautiful. Once we complete both sides, this next round, let's stretch the arms up overhead. Let's reach through those fingertips, maybe enjoying that gentle arch through the spine. We can wiggle the toes and circle the wrists, and maybe lift one arm a little higher and then the other, just like when we first get out of bed in the morning. Just another moment or two, everything nice and long. One more inhale, it feels so good. And then exhale, you can soften, release the body back to the mat. And let's start to bend those knees if they're not already. And squeeze them into our chest. So we might grab onto the backs of the thighs. We can grab onto the front of the shins. And we might take a breath or two to really just squeeze those knees, hug them in tight, up into our chest. Thinking about relaxing the low back and the tailbone towards the floor. Beautiful, yes. And how about in the next inhale, we start to stretch those legs straight up to the sky. And again, we can hang on to the backs of the thighs for a little support. And we might wiggle the toes and point and flex the feet. And it's okay if the knees are bent a little bit, right? If they're soft, we're just warming up, and it's cold here in Michigan where I am today. So it might take our muscles a little time, and there's nothing to force, right? This is another opportunity to surrender, right? I'm just going to surrender to how my body feels today. I'm going to surrender to however this is feeling, whatever is showing up for me. I'm just going to let it be there and be really present with it. And again, use my breath as a tool to stay, come what may. Thinking about drawing our belly muscles in and up. This is going to support us as well as we take just a final couple breaths here. You guys are doing so good. I just know it. How about one more inhale? Can we press through those heels a little bit more? And then on the exhale, we'll slowly bend those knees, release the feet. And we'll take those feet about hips width apart and bring those heels in close to our seat. Our arms are going to relax down by our side, fingertips kind of brushing alongside the heels. And we're going to take just a little baby bridge pose from here. So it's going to look like pressing into those feet, kind of pressing into the backs of the arms as well. And starting to tuck the tailbone and lift the hips. So let's inhale as we do this, pressing our hips up to the sky. And then as we exhale, let's lower down from top to bottom. From top of the spine all the way back down to the tailbone. And we'll just take a couple more like that. We'll inhale, curl ourselves up from bottom to top, tailbone lifts, mid-back. Yeah, maybe even all the way up to the shoulder blades as we think about pressing those hip bones up towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, release it down. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Inhaling. This time we'll hold for a couple of breaths if possible. We're thinking about bringing the knees together. Everything energetically is kind of hugging in towards center. We're pressing into strong legs, squeezing the glutes to lift the hips. Continue to breathe, being mindful that we're not holding the breath. And as we hold this bridge pose for just a few more rounds of breath, we might contemplate and kind of reflect for ourselves. When we hear the word surrender, what does that mean to us? What kinds of things come to mind when we think about that idea of surrendering? Beautiful. Can we take one more inhale? Maybe lift a little higher. Ooh, baby. And then exhale, we'll lower back down, top to bottom. Incredible work. How about we squeeze those knees in one more time? And let's take a little rock side to side. Just kind of rocking around in our ball. Beautiful. All right, we got one more move on our back, and this one is a core cultivation move. So we're gonna wake up that midsection even more, and it's gonna look like this. We can bring our arms out to the side like a cactus. I only have room where I am to bend the elbows into that goalpost shape. If we have the room, we can certainly extend the arms out long. And we're gonna bring those knees into a tabletop position. So we're making like a 90-degree bend with the knees. We're gonna inhale through center. And as we exhale, let those knees fall over to the left and see if we can let them hover in space. Oh my gosh, we're using the core so much to do that. And if they need to come down and rest, that is no big deal, no problem at all. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can keep them floating. Using an inhale to guide the knees back up through center, amazing work. And then we'll exhale, let them float to the right, maybe gazing in the opposite direction of our knees as we flow. Who said laying down is always easy, right? We can use some muscles and wake up the body and build some heat while we're laying down. And let's just take a few more side to side to our own breath. We'll inhale up through center. Exhale one direction. And I'll just let you flow like that a little on your own. And yeah, pay attention to your own breath. Listen to your own rhythm. Doesn't matter how many we do, we can take our time. I think that sometimes we equate the word surrender to, I don't know, giving up or retreating, right? If we think of that like war terminology, surrender means we lose, right? We're giving up, we're backing down, we're retreating. And in yoga philosophy, the idea of surrender is a little bit different. Let's just take one more to each side. We'll let those knees fall over to the left. Are we feeling the belly muscles? Are they awake? Good. One more to the right. You guys are awesome. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna come through center, maybe grabbing onto the backs of the the thighs once again. And this time in our little ball, let's roll forward and back. And we might even be able to get so much momentum. This is a nice massage for the spine as well. But we might be able to just momentum ourselves all the way up. And if that's not happening, no big deal. We can simply use our hands to support us as we make our way to a table pose. So we're gonna bring palms under shoulders and knees under hips here. We're making a nice flat back with our spine. And we're gonna find our table, and we're gonna take some cats and cows from here. So we'll inhale to look up, to roll the shoulders back and down, drop that belly. And exhale to round through the spine. We're pressing into our palms, straight arms to tuck our chin toward our hips. And we're just gonna flow a little like that, back and forth. Nicely done. So in yoga philosophy, this idea of surrender is not so much about giving up, right? Or losing or not caring about something. And it's so much more about accepting what is. Just a really deeply present, highly connected and attuned acceptance of this moment is exactly as it is. Beautiful. Let's just take a couple more like that. And we might wag the hips a little side to side. Maybe turning the head a little side to side. Beautiful. And then from our table, we're going to enjoy what they call an easy twist. To me, it really doesn't feel that easy. It feels a little awkward. So just know that going in. But we're going to bring that left palm, maybe like a hand print more towards center. We're gonna bring it more under our face. As we inhale that right arm to the sky. So we're spinning our chest open towards the sky. We're lifting that right arm. Maybe we're circling around a little bit through that wrist. And by the way, accepting a moment for exactly what it is doesn't necessarily mean that we have to like it, right? Or agree with it, or that we're not working to change it. How about inhale, open that heart a little bit more, and as we exhale, we're just gonna switch sides. We're gonna bring that right palm under our face. And we're gonna inhale our left arm to the sky for that easy twist, seeing if we, quote unquote, right? Seeing if we can keep those hips neutralized. We're not popping them over to the left too much. Maybe we're circling around through that left wrist. How many moments of our life do we spend resisting instead of surrendering? Right? We're wishing it was different, or we're like not liking the moment we're in, or we're numbing ourselves to it, or running away from it, or hiding. And I don't know about you, but that's not really done much to change the situation, right? It doesn't really do much to change the moment. Whether I accept it or not, the moment is gonna be what it is. How about one more in-breath? And as we exhale, we can lower down. Beautiful. From here, we're moving right along. You guys are doing great. Keep breathing. We're going to find our downward dog. We're gonna bring those palms rooted into our mat. We're gonna tuck the toes behind us, and we're gonna start to lift those knees and stretch our hips all the way up to the sky. This is a great opportunity for a sigh. We might bend one knee at a time. Maybe we're shaking our head from side to side. We might not like how this down dog feels, right? We might be like, wow, my legs are really stiff, or this is feeling like a lot of work for my upper body. And we can either resist all of those truths, right? All of those facts of the moment, or we can surrender to it. We can just be like, you know what? This is how my body's feeling today, and I'm gonna really be here. I'm gonna be present for whatever is coming up. I'm gonna be in this moment no matter what, because guess what? This is the only moment that I have. And running away from it or fighting it isn't gonna do anything about it. Yeah, beautiful. Let's see if we can walk those feet up to our hands. Oh my goodness, it might be like teeny tiny baby steps. And then we'll find ourselves just like magically in a forward fold. So we can dangle over those legs. We might keep a soft bend in those knees. And let's enjoy one more twist here. Let's take that right hand to the left shin or ankle as we inhale that left arm to the sky. Continuing to breathe, we're twisting that heart open. How about one more inhale? And then as we exhale, we're just gonna switch directions. We're gonna take that left hand to the right knee and peel our heart open. Thinking about pressing into those heels. Beautiful work. One more breath in. Exhale, releasing down. Gorgeous. And from here, we're gonna make sure those knees are kind of soft. We're not locking them out. And we're gonna press into those feet and slowly roll up, just like bone by bone, we start to stack our spine. From bottom to top, and when we get all the way to the top, we can shrug our shoulders up to our ears, roll them back and down. And we're in our mountain pose when we're standing towards the top of our mat. And from here, let's just take a moment. Let's bring our palms to heart center. Let's make sure we're breathing. And we've just got one standing flow to go through together. So let's see if we can really just accept and surrender to however this unfolds for us. Come what may, let's just really be in it, be in the process, be engaged, rather than resisting and running. So from here, we can keep our hands at heart center. We can always bring them to our hips if that helps us to find more balance. And we're gonna start to step back wide, long with that left foot. So that back heel is gonna spin flat. We're on the pinky toe side of that foot. We're bending deeply into that front knee. We're in a lunge, and those hip bones are shining forward. Sinking low in that lunge. Rotating that left hip towards the front. Finding our breath. A little bit of a balance challenge, this warrior one. So we can always walk that front leg a little bit wider to create that wider base. We can keep our hands on our hips, or if we feel stable enough, maybe those arms float up to the sky. We're finding our breath. Amazing work. Let's find a little pulse here as well. Let's inhale, straighten that front leg out without locking out the knee super hard. And then exhale, bending back into it. Just a couple little warrior one pulses. Inhale, we'll straighten that leg. Ooh, I'm losing my balance. Exhale to bend back in. Just a few more, y'all. You're doing amazing. Has anyone ever tried to, I don't know, control every element of life? Or even some of them, right? We can try, but there's just so many things in life that are out of our control. Things that are harder for us to surrender to sometimes. Beautiful. Let's do one more little pulse. Exhale, we'll hold in our warrior one. Sink those hips a little bit lower. Maybe we can lift the chest a little bit more. Beautiful. And then we're going to spin open to the side. We're going to find our warrior two. So it's going to look like, instead of the hips shining forward, we're going to open them to the long side of our mat. I always find I need to scooch my back foot back a little bit and make like a wider base. And when we look down at our feet, ideally, we would be able to trace a line from our front heel to the sole, like the middle of our back foot. And again, we're pressing down into that pinky side. We're still bending deeply in that front knee, but this time the hips are facing, again, the long side of our mat. And our hands can be on our hips. Woo, balance is just like a moving target for me today. Or we can maybe extend those arms out to a T. And we're gonna see if we can turn our head to look over those front fingertips. Find the breath. You guys are doing amazing. Maybe there's a little slide this time forward and back of the upper body. Just kind of sliding our rib cage along our hips. We don't have to like every moment, right? We don't have to approve of it. But just because we don't like it is not going to change the fact of what is. Let's inhale, flip that front palm up and lean back. We might slide those left fingertips down the back leg. We're just getting a little bit of a side bend, a little length in that right side. And as we exhale, let's bring that right forearm to the right thigh, finding our side angle pose. So that left hand might stay on the left hip. It might wrap around our low back. That's my favorite. I just think it feels so good. Or we can always stretch that left arm up to the sky. Maybe it comes up overhead. Lots of things we can try with that arm. And just see if we can find a place to hold, to surrender into this pose, right? Knowing that this too shall pass. We are not going to be in this moment forever. That's the thing too. Everything's always changing. And so to resist anything is really quite futile, right? Because it's just going to change anyway. And there are so many things we don't have control over. How about one more inhale? And as we exhale, we're gonna release that left hand down. We're keeping the lunge in the front knee, but we're gonna spin on those back toes. So the back heel is lifted now. We're in a lunge. We're bending into that front knee. Hands are framing the foot. And let's go ahead and lower that back knee gently down. We can keep those back toes tucked if that helps with our balance, or we don't have to. Just 2 more poses on this side. We're gonna keep that left palm grounded as we inhale our right arm to the sky. We're finding a low lunge twist. I think we've done this before. Some of us might want to bend that back knee and see about catching a foot, toe, ankle, anything that we can back there. Maybe we turn our head and look to the back. How's that breathing? Are we still in it? Are we staying right here? Amazing energy, yes. And guess what? Here's the other thing too. If we are running away and resisting, rather than surrendering in moments that we don't like, we're giving away our power to change it, right? Let's take one more inhale. Last move, are you ready? We're gonna exhale. Start to bring both hands inside that front foot. It might mean that we walk it out a little wider toward the edge of our mat, and this is our dragon pose. This is a nice juicy hip stretch. So we might let that front knee open out to the side a little bit more, maybe rocking on the pinky toe side of that foot. Some of us might want to come down onto one forearm, or maybe both of them even. And we're just gonna chill here. Woo, talk about surrender. This might be bringing up a lot of stuff, right? But how could we possibly do anything to change a moment or a situation we're in if we are mentally checking out, if we're resisting it and running away from it? No, it's by staying in it. It's by really being present to it and paying attention and staying engaged. That's where our power is to do anything about it. You guys are doing great. Just a couple more breaths. so proud of you if you're still here. Keep it up. We got one more side. Let's just take one more breath here. Full inhale. Full exhale. Whew. And then we can slowly start to bring weight into those palms. Oh yeah. And let's see if we can just slide that front knee back. So once again, we're in our table. And how about a child's pose? Let's take those knees a little wider. Bring those big toes together behind us and just sit back on those heels. Melting the forehead down if possible, melting the chest and belly down, stretching those arms out in front of us. Child's pose. Child's pose is a really beautiful expression of surrender. And by the way, we can take a child's pose at any moment throughout our practice. Just because we need to take a moment in a child's pose, we need to catch our breath or take a little break for our muscles or like get our thoughts back in order, it doesn't mean we're running away or bailing. We can do this and still be in a state of surrender. We can still be in a state that is engaged and present, even if we're taking a break. Beautiful. When we feel ready to take that other side, we're so close, just one more side. We're going to inhale ourselves up to table. Beautiful. You got this. We're ready. We're going to find that down dog. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to stretch our hips to the sky. Maybe we pedal the feet a little bit, one at a time. We can shake the head a little, yes and no. And then we're going to walk our feet up to our hands. Beautiful. Maybe one step, maybe a couple little ones. And let's dangle here for a moment. Again, we can keep the knees soft. We can sway a little side to side. Maybe, I'll offer this, we can interlace our hands behind our back, like at our low back tailbone area, and start to straighten those arms to the sky, keeping those fingers interlaced and taking arms up overhead. Nice, lovely, juicy shoulder opener here. Nice. Remember that slow roll up? Let's give it a try. And we might even give it a try with those fingers interlaced. So we can start to press into those legs, start to stack the bones of our spine. Head comes up last, shoulders relax down the back. We pull those knuckles down behind us toward our heels as we lift the chin, lift the chest. Maybe even lifting those arms a little bit. How about one more inhale? And then we can exhale, release that bind, maybe shake out the wrists a little bit. Wonderful. And then we're going to step back with the right leg. So we're starting with our warrior one. Back heel is flat. We're pressing into the pinky toe side. Hip bones are shining forward. We're rotating that right hip forward. Deep bend in that front knee. And we get to decide what we do with our arms. Maybe they're at our hips or maybe heart center. Maybe we float them to the sky. Enjoying that flow of breath. Let's find that little pulse where we inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. Exhale to bend back in. And we'll just take a few like that. So one example of surrender that I think we can all relate to is when it comes to the weather, right? Like I live in Michigan. I don't know where you guys are watching this from, but the weather is wild. It's all over the place. And in the winter, it's really cold. And it's just so funny to me. I find it very entertaining when I'm out and about in the world and people complain about the weather, right? It's so cold out. It's snowing. I hate winter, right? I'm like not going outside. I'm resisting this. I'm not liking it. And it's like, okay, let's just like know what we're getting into, right? This isn't our first rodeo. We know what winter's gonna be like for the most part. Let's find that lunge. And yet still, we act like it's a surprise. We fight it and resist it and hate it and do everything but just be in it and enjoy it for what it is. Beautiful. We're gonna open to that warrior two. So we're sliding our hips to the long side of the mat. And again, I like to make more room. I like to scooch that back leg back and slide my front foot forward into that lunge. And again, we'll see about drawing a line from heel to sole of the foot, spreading through those hip bones as arms come out to the side. Maybe we gaze off those front fingertips. Has anyone ever tried to control the weather? I can't. If you can, please let me know. That would be cool. So we have a choice, right? We can either spend every winter of our lives shocked and upset and hating it and complaining about it and resisting it, right? Or we can be like, well, this is what winter is in Michigan, and I am going to accept this fact that I cannot change. I'm going to let winter be winter. I'm going to surrender to that. And guess what? From that place of surrender and acceptance, maybe I can get to a place where I'm able to embrace it for what it is. How do we want to spend our life? How do we want to spend our time? How do we want to experience our days, right? That's a choice we can always make. Let's find that reverse. Let's slide that back hand down the back leg, right arm up overhead. It looks like my arm disappeared. I don't even know if you can see it. It's so bright behind me. It's reaching up overhead, getting some length in that left side. Wow, if I can just surrender to my yoga practice, right? I might not love every second of it. It might not always feel amazing, right? It's challenging sometimes. How about one more inhale? And then exhale, we're gonna find that side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. So many things we can do with that top arm, right? We can wrap it around the low back or lift it up or up overhead. But guess what? I chose to do my practice today. I'm going to finish my practice, right? I'm gonna finish this video, so I might as well be in it. I might as well accept it and really be present for it and see what I can get out of it and know that it's good for me. It's such a different energy to bring to the same experience. Breath feels so good. Maybe we take a sigh. Beautiful. How about one more inhale? We're so close. On the exhale, we're going to start to come down. We're going to release those right fingertips. Down. We're going to frame that left foot. Come up on the back toes just to help us gently lower that knee down. And again, those back toes can be tucked or we can flatten the foot. And we're going to find that twist, grounding through the right palm. We'll inhale to pull our left arm to the sky. Slow, rhythmic, deep breath, staying connected to yourself. Maybe we reach around and catch that bind, totally optional. How about one more inhale? Maybe we can open that heart a little bit more to the sky. And as we exhale, both hands come inside that left foot. We might scooch it out a little wider, finding our dragon pose. So again, we can stay pressing into the palms. We might let that left knee rock open to the side, coming onto the outer edge of that foot. Some of us might bring one forearm down or both. Let me just take some moments to breathe. practice is really pretty much complete, right? And we might notice we didn't have to resist or fight to get to the end and to get to a new moment. We got there one moment at a time, and we were able to get there by being really present for each of those moments. Let's start to use an in-breath to slowly press ourselves up. We can start to straighten those arms. We can slide that left knee back. And once again, let's find that child's pose. Let's bring knees wide, sit back on those heels, melt ourselves down. Taking a couple deep breaths, just melting, surrendering, getting heavy. Congratulate yourself for making it through, for getting this far. What an amazing choice to make. Taking care of yourself and practicing these tools, these skills for living life off of our yoga mat. Wonderful. Let's start to press ourselves up. We can use our palms. And again, we might rock over onto one side just to bring those feet out in front of us. We're going to prepare to lie down. Once again, we made it. So we might bend those knees again. I like to grab onto my thighs or shins, just kind of support me as I roll myself back. And let's squeeze those knees into that little ball once again. And how about, just like we did in the beginning, we stretch those legs up to the sky. We can point and flex the feet, we can make circles. And we'll close with a twist. We'll bring those knees back into our chest. Arms again come out to cactus or like a T as we let those knees fall over to the left. We can turn our head to the right. And just let the body soften. No muscles need to be working. Maybe we notice the jaw, the forehead. We just choose to let everything relax. Staying engaged with that breathing for just a few more moments, doing so great. Next breath in or so, we can let those knees float up through center. And exhale, let them fall over to the right, turning the direction of our head. Moment or two in this twist. And we can use the breath in to guide those knees back up through center and finding our most comfortable resting position. So just like when we started, we might bend those knees, we might allow those legs to stretch out long. We can do anything that feels right with our hands, and we'll close our practice with some designated rest. Really great opportunity to close out with some moments of surrender, so we can let go of that deeper breathing with one final inhale together. Let's sip in that breath, fill up all the way, maybe hold at the tippy top and take it a little bit more, And then sigh out the mouth. Enjoy your rest. And start to reawaken, bringing our mind back to our body. Maybe bringing our attention back to that breath as we start to take some gentle movements. Maybe again, we rock the head a little side to side. Maybe we take that stretch once again with arms up overhead. Oh, sound effects are welcome. You can hear mine, but I can't hear yours, so that's good to know. Yeah, so we can enjoy and linger in our awakening poses, and when we're ready, no rush, we can make our way up to a seat. So again, we might rock over onto one side or just kind of momentum our way up there. I'm going to turn and face you this time as we find cross legs. And we're going to bring our hands to heart center. We're going to close our eyes and bow our head. This too is a gesture of surrender to what is. Reverence and honor for exactly what is. And maybe we choose to move through the rest of our day from that state of surrender, or practicing being in that state of surrender, and just seeing what that does for our experience of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. Beautiful work. I always get to crawl over to you and say goodbye, so thank you so much for your practice. I'll see you soon.